What if the world's closest companion was once one of its most feared hunters? How did a powerful wild predator become humanity's most loyal friend? Millions of dogs live alongside people today, yet every one of them shares an ancient connection with wolves. Scientists believe dogs were the first animals ever domesticated by humans. This remarkable partnership began at least 15,000 years ago. Some evidence suggests it may have started more than 30,000 years ago. However, the exact moment of domestication is still debated. New discoveries continue to reshape our understanding of this extraordinary history. Long before cities existed, wolves traveled across forests, mountains, and frozen plains. They hunted in highly organized family groups. Every member had a role during the hunt. Strong teamwork gave wolves an important advantage. Together, they could bring down prey much larger than themselves. At some point, a small number of wolves began staying closer to human camps. They likely searched for leftover food. Instead of attacking people, these animals became less fearful over many generations. Scientists believe this gradual change happened naturally. The calmest wolves survived more successfully near humans. Their offspring inherited similar behavior. Generation after generation, these animals slowly became different from wild wolves. Their bodies changed. Their behavior changed. Even their brains adapted to living with people. However, this transformation was not one-sided. Humans also benefited from the growing relationship. Dogs could hear distant sounds before people noticed them. They could detect approaching predators. They also helped locate food and track animals across difficult landscapes. Their powerful sense of smell became one of their greatest strengths. A dog's nose contains hundreds of millions of scent receptors. That is far more than the average human nose. Scientists have discovered that dogs process smells in a highly specialized part of the brain. This allows them to separate and identify individual scents with incredible precision. A single footprint can leave an invisible scent trail. Many dogs can follow that trail long after it was made. But smell is only one part of the story. Dogs also became experts at reading human behavior. They can recognize facial expressions. They respond to changes in body language. Many even react differently to the sound of happy or worried voices. Research suggests that dogs naturally look into human eyes for guidance. Very few wild animals show this behavior so consistently. This unique connection helps strengthen the bond between both species. Over thousands of years, that bond became one of the most successful partnerships in the natural world. However, what makes this relationship even more fascinating is that dogs never stopped evolving. As humans spread across the planet, dogs changed with them, and their journey was only beginning. As humans settled in different environments, dogs adapted beside them. They followed people into forests, deserts, mountains, and frozen landscapes. Over thousands of years, natural selection and careful breeding shaped dogs for specific tasks. Some became expert hunters. Others guarded homes and livestock. Many helped move heavy loads across difficult terrain. However, despite their different appearances, all dogs remain members of the same species. Their shared ancestry is still visible in many natural behaviors. Watch a sleeping dog closely. You may notice its legs moving, its paws twitch, its ears react to sounds. Scientists believe many dogs dream during sleep, much like humans do. Researchers have also discovered that dogs experience different stages of sleep. Rapid eye movement, or REM sleep, is linked to dreaming. Young puppies spend even more time in this stage because their brains are still developing. Another remarkable ability is their hearing. Dogs can detect much higher frequencies than people can hear. This allows them to notice sounds that remain completely silent to human ears. A distant whistle may seem impossible for a person to hear. A dog may detect it immediately. Their ears also move independently. This helps them locate the exact direction of a sound. Even a faint noise can quickly attract their attention. However, hearing is only one part of their remarkable awareness. Their noses continue working even while they explore unfamiliar places. Every tree, every path, every footprint, every object carries a unique scent. To a dog, the world is filled with invisible information. Each smell tells a different story. Scientists have found that dogs can identify individual people by scent alone. They can even recognize emotional changes through chemicals released by the human body. This extraordinary ability explains why trained dogs assist in many important jobs. They help locate missing people. They detect illegal substances. They search disaster zones after earthquakes and storms. Some medical detection dogs can even identify certain diseases by smell. Researchers continue studying how accurately this remarkable skill works. Dogs also communicate in subtle ways. A wagging tail does not always mean happiness. Its speed and position can express excitement, confidence, uncertainty, or caution. Their ears, eyes, posture, and facial muscles all work together. These signals help prevent unnecessary conflict with other dogs. However, communication becomes even more impressive when dogs interact with humans. Many dogs quickly learn the meaning of spoken words. They also pay close attention to gestures. Even a simple pointing finger can guide them toward a hidden object. Few wild animals naturally understand human signals so effectively. This growing partnership transformed dogs into far more than skilled survivors. They became trusted companions, and their intelligence would soon reveal abilities that continue to surprise scientists today. Intelligence in dogs is far more complex than many people realize. It is not measured by a single skill. Instead, it combines memory, observation, learning, and problem solving. Scientists often describe different forms of canine intelligence. Some dogs learn new commands very quickly. Others excel at making independent decisions in challenging situations. A herding dog, for example, may control dozens of sheep without constant human direction. It adjusts its movements in real time. It responds to both the animals and its surroundings. However, intelligence is not limited to working breeds. Every dog has strengths shaped by its history and environment. Studies have shown that dogs can remember the locations of hidden objects. They can also recognize familiar routes after traveling them many times. Some dogs learn through observation alone. They watch another dog complete a task, then they successfully repeat the same behavior. This ability helps young puppies learn from their mothers. It also strengthens cooperation within groups. Scientists have discovered that dogs are unusually skilled at reading human attention. They often notice where a person is looking. They can follow eye direction, even without words. If a person turns away, many dogs understand that they are no longer being watched. Their behavior may immediately change. This level of social awareness is rare in the animal kingdom. Memory also plays an important role. Dogs remember places connected with positive experiences. They also avoid locations linked to danger or fear. Their emotional memory can remain strong for many years. That is why many dogs recognize familiar people, even after long periods apart. However, learning never truly stops. Dogs continue adapting throughout their lives. Young puppies experience an important learning period during their first months. During this time, they become familiar with new sounds, animals, people, and environments. Positive experiences during this stage often help create confident adult dogs. Play is another essential part of development. To humans, play may appear simple. For dogs, it teaches valuable survival skills. Running improves coordination. Chasing strengthens speed and timing. Gentle wrestling teaches self-control and communication. Even adult dogs continue playing. Scientists believe this behavior helps maintain strong social bonds and supports mental health. However, one question still fascinates researchers. Why do dogs form such deep emotional connections with humans? The answer may lie inside the brain itself, and the chemistry behind that remarkable bond is more extraordinary than most people ever imagine. The bond between humans and dogs is more than learned behavior. It is supported by powerful biological processes inside the brain. When a dog and its owner share friendly eye contact, both can experience an increase in a hormone called oxytocin. This hormone is often linked to trust, affection, and social bonding. Scientists believe this response helped strengthen the partnership between humans and dogs over thousands of years. However, dogs do not rely on vision alone. They constantly combine sight, sound, and smell to understand the people around them. A slight change in your voice may signal happiness. A slower movement may suggest sadness or tiredness. Many dogs respond to these small changes without being trained. Researchers have found that dogs can recognize familiar human faces. They can also remember individual voices. This ability allows them to identify family members, even in crowded places. Dogs are also highly sensitive to daily routines. They notice when people wake up. They recognize regular walking times. They often predict events before they happen. Their internal body clock helps them anticipate familiar activities. Small environmental changes also provide important clues. The sound of keys, the movement of a door, even footsteps in a hallway can carry meaning. However, dogs are not simply reacting automatically. They are constantly gathering information from the world around them. Their whiskers detect nearby movement. Their eyes perform well in low light. Their hearing captures sounds from surprising distances. Although dogs cannot see colors exactly as humans do, they are not colorblind in the traditional sense. They see fewer colors, but they are excellent at detecting movement. This makes them especially effective during dawn and dusk. These are the same hours when many wild animals are most active. Physical ability is another remarkable feature. A healthy dog can change direction very quickly. Its flexible spine and strong muscles help produce fast, controlled movement. The thick pads on its feet absorb impact. They also provide grip across many different surfaces. Even the tail has an important purpose. It helps maintain balance during rapid turns. It also plays a major role in communication. However, beneath these impressive physical abilities lies something even more important. Dogs have adapted to live almost everywhere humans have settled. From snowy Arctic regions to hot deserts, they have learned to survive alongside people. That extraordinary adaptability has allowed dogs to become one of the most successful mammals on Earth. But surviving in so many environments required another set of remarkable skills. And those adaptations begin with the way dogs eat, hunt, and thrive in changing conditions. Dogs are remarkably adaptable eaters. Their ancestors survived by taking every opportunity to find food. That flexibility still exists today. Unlike strict meat eaters, dogs can digest a wider variety of foods. Over thousands of years alongside humans, their digestive system gradually adapted to include more starch in their diet. Scientists have discovered that many domestic dogs produce higher levels of enzymes that help break down carbohydrates. This change likely gave them an advantage near early human settlements. However, dogs still retain many traits of their wild ancestors. Their teeth are designed for gripping and tearing. Powerful jaw muscles allow them to crush tough food with surprising force. Although domestic dogs rarely need to hunt for survival, many natural instincts remain unchanged. A moving object quickly captures their attention. They may crouch, they may stare, then they suddenly burst into a fast chase. This sequence reflects hunting behaviors passed down through countless generations. Play often imitates these same actions. A toy can become imaginary prey. A game of fetch satisfies both physical exercise and instinctive behavior. Scientists believe these activities help keep a dog's mind active. They also strengthen coordination and confidence. However, survival is not only about finding food. It also depends on communication within a group. Dogs use a rich combination of signals to avoid conflict. Body posture often speaks louder than sound. A relaxed body usually signals comfort. A stiff posture may indicate uncertainty or caution. Facial expressions also carry meaning. Even small movements around the eyes and mouth can communicate important information. Vocal sounds add another layer of communication. A bark can warn of danger. A whine may express stress or excitement. A growl often creates distance before physical conflict begins. Interestingly, adult wolves bark far less than domestic dogs. Scientists believe domestication encouraged dogs to use barking more frequently as a way to communicate with humans. Puppies begin learning these social signals at an early age. They practice through play. They observe older dogs. They quickly discover which behaviors strengthen friendships and which create tension. These early lessons remain valuable throughout life. However, not every challenge comes from other animals. Weather, changing landscapes, and human environments constantly test a dog's ability to adapt. The remarkable ways dogs overcome these challenges reveal just how versatile this species has become. And their role in the modern world is far greater than most people ever realize. Today, dogs work in places where human senses are simply not enough. Their natural abilities have become valuable in countless fields around the world. Search and rescue dogs can locate missing people after earthquakes, avalanches, and hurricanes. They move through dangerous terrain with speed and determination. Their sense of smell guides them where human eyes cannot. Scientists estimate that a dog's nose can detect tiny amounts of certain scents that are impossible for people to notice naturally. This extraordinary ability also supports law enforcement. Specially trained dogs help detect explosives. Others locate illegal drugs. Some even assist wildlife officers by finding hidden animal products linked to illegal trade. However, their work extends far beyond security. Conservation teams now rely on trained dogs to protect wildlife. They can locate endangered animals by scent alone. They can also detect invasive species before serious damage occurs. Because dogs work without disturbing many wild animals, they often provide researchers with more accurate information. Medical science has also benefited from canine abilities. Researchers are studying how dogs identify subtle chemical changes linked to certain diseases. Some trained dogs have successfully alerted people before medical emergencies. Scientists continue investigating how these remarkable skills can improve healthcare. Dogs also play an important role in emotional well-being. Service dogs assist people with physical disabilities. Guide dogs help individuals with vision loss travel safely through busy environments. Other trained dogs provide support for people living with anxiety or post-traumatic stress. These partnerships are built through months of careful training. Trust grows one step at a time. However, training does not rely on force alone. Modern trainers focus on positive reinforcement. Desired behaviors are rewarded. This encourages dogs to repeat successful actions with confidence. Research shows that reward-based training strengthens learning while reducing unnecessary stress. Even after years of training, dogs continue learning from everyday experiences. They remember successful solutions. They adjust to new environments. They constantly observe the people around them. This lifelong ability to adapt explains why dogs thrive in so many different roles. Yet despite everything scientists have learned, many questions remain unanswered. How do dogs navigate unfamiliar places so effectively? How do they sometimes seem to sense changes before humans notice them? The answers may lie in remarkable instincts that are still being explored. Even after thousands of years of living beside humans, dogs continue to surprise scientists. Many of their natural abilities are still being explored through ongoing research. One of the greatest mysteries is navigation. Some dogs have found their way home after traveling hundreds of kilometers. Exactly how they achieve this is not fully understood. Scientists believe dogs combine several navigation methods. They remember landmarks, they recognize familiar scents. They also pay close attention to the position of the sun and other environmental cues. However, another possibility has attracted growing interest. Some researchers suggest that dogs may be able to detect Earth's magnetic field. Studies have shown that certain dogs display consistent orientation during everyday activities. The full reason for this behavior is still being investigated. Their noses also continue to reveal remarkable surprises. Every breath carries chemical information. Dogs can separate these tiny scent particles with incredible accuracy. As they move through an environment, they create a detailed scent map. This invisible map helps them identify people, animals, and recent activity. Scientists are still discovering just how much information a single scent can contain. Dogs are also highly adaptable to changing climates. Thick-coated breeds conserve heat during freezing winters. Short-haired breeds release body heat more efficiently in warmer regions. They naturally adjust their activity throughout the day. Many become more active during cooler morning and evening hours. Communication remains another area of ongoing research. Dogs do not simply respond to commands. They constantly observe human expressions, posture, movement, and tone of voice. Many can predict familiar routines before any words are spoken. This remarkable awareness strengthens cooperation between people and dogs every single day. However, no two dogs are exactly alike. Genetics influence physical traits. Early experiences shape personality. Learning continues throughout life. That combination creates extraordinary diversity within a single species. Today, hundreds of recognized breeds exist around the world, each developed to perform unique tasks in different environments. Yet beneath every size, shape, and coat color lies the same ancient story. Every modern dog carries the legacy of wild ancestors that once roamed untamed landscapes. That journey from wilderness to companionship remains one of evolution's most remarkable transformations. And in the final chapter, we will discover why this extraordinary partnership continues to shape both dogs and humans in ways that reach far beyond survival. The story of the dog is not just a story of evolution, it is also a story of cooperation, unlike anything else in the natural world. For thousands of years, humans and dogs have influenced each other's lives. As people explored new lands, dogs adapted beside them. As human societies changed, dogs found new ways to contribute. Today, they live on every continent except Antarctica as permanent residents. They thrive in crowded cities, quiet villages, remote farms, and isolated mountain communities. Their roles continue to evolve. Some protect livestock from large predators. Some help locate survivors after natural disasters. Others assist scientists, conservationists, and medical professionals. Many simply provide companionship. Yet even this role has profound importance. Studies have shown that positive interaction with dogs can encourage physical activity, strengthen social connections, and improve emotional well-being for many people. However, the relationship is built on responsibility as much as affection. Dogs depend on humans for proper nutrition. They need regular exercise. They require healthcare, mental stimulation, and a safe environment. In return, they offer loyalty that has inspired cultures across the world for countless generations. Despite centuries of scientific research, dogs still hold many mysteries. Researchers continue to study their intelligence. They continue exploring their remarkable sense of smell. They continue uncovering new details about the unique bond between dogs and humans. Every discovery reminds us that there is still more to learn. From cautious wolves roaming ancient landscapes to trusted companions living in millions of homes, the journey of the dog is one of nature's most extraordinary transformations. It is a story shaped by adaptation, cooperation, intelligence, and survival. And perhaps the greatest lesson is this: the strongest partnerships in nature are not always built through strength alone. Sometimes they are built through trust. If you enjoyed this documentary, make sure to like and subscribe for more wildlife stories.